my aunt? I'm afraid so, Maya. There's no way any could have killed Dr. Wright by himself. And under the circumstances, there's no one else other than your Aunt Morgan. That's terrible. Why? Why would my aunt? Everything is going just as I predicted, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Ah! Miss Von Karma! Why are you doing this? Why are you trying to take revenge on Nick? Nick had done nothing to do with what happened to your dad. Don't you have something better to be worrying about? Say, your own situation? Looking down on me even though we're the same age. Are you done yet? You caused me enough pain and suffering. Not yet. My goal is to defeat you and let the whole world know of your defeat. Even if you do that, it won't bring your father back. Whatever. In the meantime, let's bring this match to its conclusion. And then we'll know who the real winner is. Court will now reconvene. Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. Can you prove Miss Miney had a motive? Yes, I believe I can. Miney and Dr. Gray have only one point of connection. And that is the car accident 1 year ago. The motive I'm looking for must be there. Miss Miney, please testify to this court about your car accident last year. Huh? I thought, you wanted to, ask about my, motive. I, don't see the point in, bringing up the past. Miss Miney, if you please. Okay. I totally don't think it'll do any good, but... That was, last year in May. Something really bad had happened at, my sister's clinic around then. And, the night of the accident, my sister was totally tired while she was driving. I was, totally pooped too, so I, fell asleep in the passenger seat. I, woke up because of a jolt, and, there was a sea of flames around me. I, opened the door and, got away. I think I've heard of this incident. There was all the talk on the tabloid shows day after day last year. Yes, and there was talk about Dr. Gray drugging your sister? Ah! Those were merely rumors. Total baseless gossip. Yes. Mr. Wright, you may question the witness. Right now, it's impossible to prove that Dr. Gray did in fact drug Miss Miney's sister. Yeah, which means I'll have to work this from another angle. She was totally tired? You mean exhausted? She had to talk to the police and, was being investigated, every day. It was, a totally terrible situation. It's no wonder, then, that the car accident happened, huh? So then why didn't you ask to switch places? Huh? What are you talking about? I mean, switch drivers. If your sister was so tired, then you should have switched with her. True. But, I don't, have a driver's license. This is news to me. I was unaware you didn't have your license, Miss Miney. Miss Miney, please amend your testimony. Like, okay. Anyway, I was like totally pooped too, so like, I like didn't have my license, so like I couldn't take over driving for her.
Objection!
Miss Miney, that was a lame lie just now. Like, what do you mean? I know you had a license back then. This is a photo you took for the express purpose of getting a driver's license. What is the meaning of this, Miss Miney? That's right. Yeah, I had like a license, but I didn't get into after the accident. No, you had it. You had it at the time of the accident. Director Hardy, or the guy pretending to be him anyway, said so. What are you talking about? That perverted fake clinic doctor? Yes, that perverted fake clinic director. How did he... Ah! No one cares. Witness, when did you receive your driver's license? Like, last November. What? November? The accident happened last May. That's a half-year lapse in time, Mr. Phoenix Wright. What in the... That's what happened, Mr. Wright. At the time of the accident, Miss Miney did not have a driver's license. You don't need to be a dick and mock him. Ah! Cry and my whip will accommodate. Anyway, without a license, the witness and her sister couldn't have switched drivers. I'm like, glad you get it, but like, even if I had my license, I like don't think my sis would have like let me drive. Ah! Put the stand there humming to yourself. Not you too, Mia, with the whip and the pain and the... Ow! Miss Miney, what do you think you would not have been allowed to drive anyway? Why do you think you would not have been allowed to drive anyway? That's because... I think this situation calls for a more detailed testimony. Miss Miney, if you please. Like, how annoying. Oops, like, sorry, didn't mean to be mean. Like, around that time, I was like, really close to getting my license. My sister was like, this totally big fan of cars and like, really valued them. See, like, I had just gotten this really shiny, bright red sports car. See, like, would say things like, no way am I letting a newbie drive my car. So, like, that's why I ended up in the passenger seat that night, too. I see a bright red car for sports. Now then, the defense may question the witness. I'm not terribly knowledgeable about cars, but... It was a new car. Yes. She had, like, just gotten it. It was, like, from the UK. The UK? Those her boyfriend's initials? And it was a really special model. She had waited for a whole year for it to arrive. I guess her love of cars would be the obvious next topic. I really don't know anything about cars. I had a feeling this was about to come up. Your Honor! Yes! Please have the witness append what she just said to her testimony. Give me the part about being a special import car? Yes! Well, if you like cars that much, then that's not my point! So to be honest, I don't know what the point is either. Miss Miney, will you please fix your testimony? So, whatever. This new car was like a totally special model from England.
Objection!
Miss Miney, do you remember this article? It's an article about the accident. You had said this in it. But I opened the white door and, like, got out. That's correct, isn't it? Like, why are you suddenly asking me about that? Your Honor, which side is the passenger seat? The left or the right? Well, it's on the right side, of course, because the driver is on the left side. That would be it if it were an American car. But it would be the opposite in a British car. Opposite? The two of them were riding in a British car. In that case, the passenger side would be on the left side. Ah! What do you mean by this? Miss Miney, you said that you had escaped using the right side door of the car. But if you were sitting there, then that means you were in the driver's seat. Ah! Order in the court. Order. Ah! Mr. Phoenix is babbling nonsense again. Eni said the person who was driving the car was her older sister, Miney. That is what Eni said, yes. That is where her story falls apart. Somehow, all of us made a big error in our assumptions. Phoenix, looks like you finally found the real root of this murder. If we connect all the dots, then there can only be one answer. I'd like to ask the court a question. Eni or Mimi? Who was really driving that night? The answer is the only person who had a driver's license. Miney. After all, that makes her the only person who could legally drive. But you just said the witness, Miney, was running the driver's seat. Which leads us to the next question. Next question? Who is the person standing at the witness stand right now? What sort of idiotic ruse is this, Mr. Phoenix Wright? This witness's name is... I'll tell you what her name really is. This witness's real name is... Miney! That is your real name!
Objection!
Of all the foolish dribble! Then how do you explain her appearance? This witness had several facial burns when she was admitted into the hospital. So for the purpose of facial reconstruction, the surgeons used a picture. Facial reconstruction surgery? This is the picture she gave to her doctors at the time. That's right! It's a picture of her younger sister! No! But Miney, she died in the car accident. That's what everyone thought. However, that was not the case. The body they found at the crash site, that was the body of the real Miney. Isn't that right, Miss Miney? That car accident 1 year ago. The one who died that night was Miney. Her sister, Mimi, then stole her face and was reborn as Eni. With this, He effectively erased Miney from existence. Your Honor, I'm sure you can now see why Miney had to kill Dr. Gray. What is the meaning of this nonsense? Dr. Gray wants to call back the spirit of a dead person. Specifically, the spirit of his nurse that died in the crash, Miney. However, that would not have been possible, because Miney was still in fact alive. And that fact would have been discovered had the channeling been conducted. So this witness had to stop that from happening. At all costs. And that's why he had to kill Dr. Tono Gray? Is that what you're saying? Yes. Before the channeling, Dr. Gray had the misfortune of controlling this witness about communicating with the dead. And in that moment, his fate was sealed. Well, Miss Macaw! What did you say my name just now? Looks like I've been unmasked. Witness? That's right. I admit it. My real name is Miney. That crack doctor. He got what he deserved in the end. I was so close to finally ditching Mimi too. So close. But why? Why would you go so far as to throw away yourself? To become your own sister? I think I understand why. Maybe Miney won't hold such suspicion because of this. That's about the malpractice incident. Dr. Gray was right. The mistake was caused by the nurse. A nurse by the name of Miney. That's right. The person standing before us today. And a few weeks after this mishap, Miney had a car accident. She lost her younger sister. The timing couldn't have been worse. 14 patients dying in that instant and her own sister's life extinguished. It was all too much to bear. I found a way for myself to escape it all. The only way. She lost everything in the flames of that accident. Her sister, and even her own face. Her last chance. A chance to throw away her past and start a new life as her sister. Unbelievable. Plan beyond my wildest imagination. That jock. If only he hadn't thought of that channeling mumbo jumbo. Mumbo jumbo? Becoming Edie had been the most horrible experience in the world. Spirit channeling, the occult. I hate it. I hate it all. I believe there are still a few unsolved riddles here, such as why did Miss Miney choose to go with such a complicated plan? And why did Miss Morgan beg me to help her execute it? Regardless, I believe one thing has been made crystal clear. Innocence of the defendant by a Faye. This is preposterous! I'm perfect! Me, Francisco Von Karma! I'm going to enjoy the news tonight, Miss Von Karma. How about you? It's going to be broadcast all over the world, right? You're the feet, that is. And one more for good measure! Hey, get there, Phoenix! Phoenix! This court is a fraud! A sham! Now then, it looks like it will be some time before Mr. Wright regains consciousness. So I'll go ahead and pronounce the verdict. Not guilty. This is all. This court is adjourned. Congratulations, Maya. Sis? It's good to see you, Maya. How are you doing? Sis! Sis! I didn't kill anyone, did I? No, you didn't. It was all just a dream. A really bad dream. You know, sis, in my dream, I smelled a really familiar scent. A familiar scent? I was inside that clothing box, right? That box. That was the box you used to store your clothes in a long time ago. That's right. There's still one thing I don't get. What's that? What would have happened if we hadn't shot Dr. Wray? I mean, we broke it because we heard a gunshot. I think maybe Miney had planned to open the door to the channeling chamber herself. And then you and Lana would have witnessed quite a scene. A possessed Maya Fey who had just committed a murder. She had it planned down to the smallest detail, huh? Nick! Congrats, Maya. Thanks! Looks like you bailed me out of the jam. Well, no. But I really don't want something like this to happen ever again. I'm fine because I have you to help me out, Nick. But every time something happens, I lose someone special to me. First my sister, and now my aunt. Hey, Nick! Tell me! Tell me why my aunt went and did something so horrible! Why would she help me remind me of a plan like that? I just don't understand it, Nick. Maya, it's over. Why don't we just let it be? Nick, please, I need an answer! The reason Logan helped me with her plan was...
Take that!
Polly? 4 years from now, a new master will be born into Corain Village. And that person will be you, Maya. But if you weren't there, then the main family's bloodline would disappear. And what would happen then? Grant's family, my aunt. No, Logan's spiritual power is too weak. The next person would be Pause. What? Everything was done for her sake. It was also that Pause would become the next master. Yeah, I can see that. Did Maya say something just now? I think that she was saying... I thought so. My precious Paul. You're the only one suitable to be the master of Corain, dear child. I sacrificed it all for you. I helped that brainless nurse carry out her murder, and cooperated with the whip-happy prosecutor. It was all to unseat that annoying, witless main family girl. Now, Maya Fey. Now be patient, my dearest Paul. A chance will present itself. Your time will come.